Welcome to sports, everybody. Team Bahamas opening up the 2021 FIBA AMERICUP qualifiers tomorrow in Guadalajara against Mexico. From there, the two teams will fly here to the capital to play again on Sunday at the Atlantis Resort. Norris Bain was originally named head coach of the team, but former coach Mario Boleg will be filling in.
Norris Bain had some personal things that he had to deal with and was not able to make the trip to Mexico. I think the coaching staff here, we looked at myself and Steve Barnes and Perry Thompson Jr., who is new to this. And me being the former coach prior to Norris Bain, it was just decided unanimously by the players and the coaches that in this game in Mexico, I would have to take the helm and be the head coach. And I think that's all because of my experience and also being in the position before and understanding that we want the continuation of the chemistry as it relates to what we do here when we head back home.
Golden State Warriors assistant coach Chris DeMarco was named the permanent head coach of our men's basketball team last year. Now we can tell you that the NBA season that is still going on, and that's why he's unable to roam the sidelines for the series with Mexico. But he did make his way to Guadalajara over the weekend to spend some of his free time with the team during All-Star Weekend.
For him to come in and work along with myself and the coaching staff and implement the game plan as necessary to make this game what we want it to be and give us a chance to win. It was very important. Myself, Coach Perry Thompson, and Steve Barnes of our notes. You know, we know what we have to do, and I think that we're going to make sure that we ensure that the guys stick to the game plan, execute which is necessary, and we'll come out victorious.
Only 3 games played on day 2 of the 38th annual Hugh Campbell Basketball Classic. The Jolly Green Giants of St. John's College out of the BAISS taking on a Catherine from the Small Schools Association. Giants stomping early, but they could not hold off the Scarabs, who produced the first upset of the tournament, winning 53-49. In Game 2, the Jordan Prince William Falcons running with the Temple Christian Sons in an all-private school matchup. Falcons never trailed despite a slow start. They led 20-11 after 1, 40-24 at the half, and 53-32 after 3 before coasting to an easy 61-37 victory.
Trying to take one goal at a time. Tonight was just for us to try to be aggressive, and we did that pretty well tonight. We want to stay aggressive, stay zealous, keep pounding, because as the tournament goes, it gets harder, and you're going to need that aggression.
In the nightcap, 2 of the government schools going head-to-head. The CC Sweden Cobras looking to rebound after being swept in the playoffs by Doris Johnson. The CV Bethel Stingrays didn't even make the postseason, but this one was back and forth as each team tried to prove they had the bigger bite. In the end, though, it would be the Cobras handing Danny Pratt's squad an opening game loss, 43-37.
To tell the truth, CC came out with fire in their eyes, and you know, it was like we had to get a real quick wake-up call. So we were back and forth with the score, taking the lead and whatnot. But I mean, overall, my boys, I was pretty proud of the effort they made. CC Sweden, I have to take my hats off to them. They were able to answer everything we threw at them, and it was a good game. The only way to bounce back is to come out and win the next game and continue winning.
The reigning 2-time defending government school champs, the Doris Johnson Mystic Marlins, were also supposed to play on day 2 against C.R. Walker. However, Moores Island out of Abaco became the latest team to drop out of the tournament, joining C.I. Gibson and Tabernacle. That threw the schedule off once again, so the game between the Marlins and Knights did not come off.
Things don't always go the way we wanted to, don't always go the way we planned, you know, but at the end of the day, you still got to be mindful of the goal at hand. You know, and at the end of the day, we want to provide opportunities for these young men, you know, and not allow them to participate in this prestigious tournament. You know, it kind of takes away from the tournament a little bit, but like I said, we have to be mindful of the kids, you know, and that's the main reason why we're here, why we participate. You know, and kids look forward to this tournament each and every year. You know, even as young kids growing up, everybody wanted to play in the UCAMBELL tournament. You know, so to not have the kids play, I know it leaves a sour taste in their mouth, but I mean, each coach, they know exactly, you know, what they're up against and, you know, what made them allow them them to make the decision that they made. So at the end of the day, they have the sleeper, but they have the decision that they made. But like I say, I mean, it's a good tournament. We definitely looking forward to do exactly what we need to do in this tournament. Hopefully we can repeat as champions, but we want to take it one game at a time. My kids are ready. They're anxious. We're coming off the GSSA championship on Saturday past, so they definitely want to bring it to the table for this tournament. But like I say, I mean, it's going to be a good tournament nonetheless, and the show still has to go on.
Day 3 action got underway this afternoon. Kelsey Johnson joining us now with an update.
Good evening, Jonathan. Good evening, Bahamas. If you're wondering why in here is so quiet, I don't want those in the viewing audience to press the panic button as yet. The Hugh Campbell Basketball Classic is still in full swing. In fact, the second session on day 3 is about to get on. On the court right now is 8 Mile Rock. They will be playing Jordan Prince William. But earlier on today, Doris Johnson, they defeated C.R. Walker 36-28. Mont Carmel, Gateway sent Mont Carmel packing with a score of 53-49. Anatole Rogers, they annihilated Jack Haywood out of Freeport 44-20, which set up now Doris Johnson and Anatole Rogers to play tomorrow in tomorrow's evening session. So joining me now is head coach of Doris Johnson School. That's head coach Danico Bowles. Coach Bowles, if you could just tell me the setup, the game plan. I saw you sitting here and watched Anatole Rogers play. What is the game plan, knowing that Anatole Rogers is coming in as the number 2 seed?
All right, good evening. The game plan, I think, is pretty simple. We played them quite a bit this year, so we know what to expect from them. They know what to expect from us. But the guys just got to come out with energy for 4 quarters, execute on offensive end, execute on defensive end. And I think the game should be pretty good between us two.
A number of persons believe that offense wins games, but Doris Johnson has turned up the heat when it comes to defense. Do you think that's going to be key?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be key. We pride ourselves on defense. Without defense, I don't think anything else is possible for us. We're good offensively, but we strive off defense, and that's going to be something that's going to be key as we play Anatole Rogers tomorrow night. But like I say, once we come over 4 quarters and execute, especially on defensive end, we put ourselves in a pretty good position to win the game.
All right, thank you so much, Coach Bowles. We don't want to take too much away from the games tonight, but you can join us back here at 8 p.m. sharp. I'm going to have a special guest. We're going to call the next game, which is on the court, 8 Mile Rock and Jordan Prince William. So, Jonathan, I'm going to toss it back into the studio to you, but I want to encourage everyone to make their way down to the AF Adley Gym. There are games and games and more games for you to watch. So back to you in the studio, Jonathan.
Thanks a lot, Kelsey. Well, from the college hardwood last night, Charles Bain with 17 points, but that came in a losing effort for Robert Morris. They went down to St. Francis 86-71. Sammy Hunter had just 2 points last night for Ole Miss. They too came up on the losing end, 71-68 to Missouri. Meantime, in the NAIA ranks, Wilberforce closing out their season with a 105-93 loss to Brescia. Raymond Smith, he was scoreless with a rebound and an assist in 6 minutes off the bench. Florida Gators sophomore Denisha Anderson has been named the SEC's Women's Track Athlete of the Week. The recognition comes after her performance at the Clemson Tiger Pro Invitational last weekend. The quarter-miler established herself as the NCAA leader in the 400 after posting a time of 52.06 seconds. That's the 6th fastest time ever run by a Gator and a new personal record. The SEC Swimming Championships got underway in Auburn, Alabama yesterday. Senior Aubrey Higgs helping the South Carolina Gamecocks to a 10th place finish in the 200 medley relay in 1:37.44. Aubrey swam the second leg in 27.36. She was right back in the pool this morning for the prelims of the 200 IM. Aubrey swimming a B cut for the NCAAs, finishing 17th in 1:58.58. She swims in the C final tonight. Midweek games underway in the college baseball season. The FAU Owls now 4-0 after a 6-4 win over Florida Gulf Coast yesterday. B.J. Murray 1 for 4 runs scored. Kentucky earning their first win of the season. They took down Southeast Missouri State 9-4. Designated hitter Oraj Anu, he got his first hit of the season, going 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Sterling College picking up a win as well, 7-4 over Hastings. A.J. Romer finishing up there 0-4-3. On the diamond today, Bluefield State, they went down 9-3 to West Virginia State. Kavon Moxie 2 for 4, a pair of doubles, 2 runs batted in and a run scored. C.J. Cooper, he was also in that game and he went 0 for 4. We could also tell you Bryan College, they were no match today for Truett McConnell. They went down 18-1. Wade Weinberger providing all the scoring for Bryan College. He finished up 1 for 3 with a home run. The Stars program set to get underway with its 3-day college soccer showcase tomorrow. It's open to 9th to 12th graders and recent high school graduates. We can tell you this is just the second year for the showcase, but it's already paying huge dividends for the Bahamian student athletes.
There were over $200,000 worth of scholarships granted last year. We had 6 athletes who walked away with scholarships from this event. This year, even though we have 8 coaches attending in person, we have over 50 coaches that have registered online, so that will be attending via the live stream.
The showcase itself is set for Saturday, starting with the girls between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. at the Roscoe Davies pitch. The boys then go from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Before that, though, a 4-hour women's symposium will take place tomorrow at Superclub's Breezes. That starts at 6:30 p.m. That's followed by a 3-hour student-parent information session on Friday, also at Breezes, beginning at 6 p.m.
We have a representative from the U.S. Embassy who will talk about the student visa process. We have a representative from a well-known Bahamian fitness company that will speak about the importance of preparing your body for the next level. We have representatives from the NCAA that will be speaking about the eligibility process for student athletes coming specifically from the Bahamas that want to play abroad at the NCAA level. We'll also have representatives speaking about the NAIA levels.
On to the pro tennis tour now. Justin Roberts putting a tough first-round loss in singles behind him yesterday. That's in Cancun, Mexico. He took to the court today in the first round of doubles with partner Jody McGinley from Antigua. They upset the 4th-seeded American duo of George Goldov and Alfredo Perez, the same team which beat them last week. It was a very tight matchup, 7-6, 6-7, and 10-4 in the super tiebreaker. Up next now in the quarterfinals will be Felipe Martinez from Argentina and Karan Panu from New Zealand. And that will do it for sport. To check on weather, up next.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.